In a state named for its beautiful flowers, it's no wonder that millions of Floridians head to local nurseries to find just the right plants to make their yards a showcase of color. But for a lot of weekend gardeners, the idea of buying plants can be daunting. Many don't know an annual from a perennial, and with the thousands of varieties to choose from, who knows what grows well in Florida? To help these novice landscapers, brothers Rick and Dave Brown, founders of the Riverview Flower Farm, have set a goal to make gardening in Florida easier.
Perennials have always been something that people have struggled with, and a lot of people don't know what a perennial in Florida is at all. We took plants that people were successful with in Florida and over the years combined them into a cohesive package, and we call it Florida-friendly plants.
To identify plants that grow well in Florida, the nursery conducted over 10,000 trials, seeing how each did under local climatic conditions, as well as with disease and pest resistance. From these trials, Riverview selected 30 perennials and 10 ornamental grasses, which, under the label Florida-friendly plants, are stocked in over 100 Home Depot stores from Gainesville to Key West. Stretching out over 127 acres at 3 locations, Riverview Flower Farm has come a long way from its humble beginnings. The farm was started on a 3-acre plot in Riverview, Florida in 1982 by Rick, Dave, and Dave's wife, Diane.
Actually, that's where the office moved to, one of the bedrooms. And I remember that we punched through a closet and went into another bedroom. So we just felt as though we had this gigantic office at the time, and that was fun.
Using Rick's and his wife Sydney's home as an office, the Browns began by growing poinsettias, garden mums, and Gerber daisies, which they sold to retail customers and landscapers. Gradually, they moved toward perennials, planting several varieties in 1-quart pots to see how well they would grow under Florida conditions. Around this same time, Riverview Flower Farm began a working relationship with Home Depot Garden Centers. The retailer was looking for perennials in 1-gallon containers that could stand up to the frequent watering and drought cycle the plants would encounter at retail and consumer levels. Once the nursery switched to the larger pot, the perennials began growing vigorously. Today, Riverview Flower Farm has sold nearly 30 million items in its Florida-friendly plants program. The key to success is efficiency. The nursery benefits from having 2 people who can each make instant decisions on the day-to-day operations.
When there's big decisions to be made and one of us has to make it, you know, we can do it with confidence, even if it involves a lot of money or a big shift.
They really complement each other very well. You know, they each have their strong points and they have what they bring to the business, and it's just a nice blending.
Rick and I get along pretty well. I won't say we haven't had our differences over the years, but we're able to talk them out. We're different kind of people, and so that really kind of makes it work together.
While Dave approaches the nursery from a production and facilities management position, Rick focuses on new product development, marketing, and sales. One of his primary responsibilities is propagation. Working from imported, unrooted cuttings, Rick's crew grows the young plants for 4 weeks before delivering them to the production facility. There they are transplanted into 1-gallon containers, then moved to the nursery's drip tapes for irrigation. Early on, Riverview saw the need to move away from the inefficient overhead irrigation system that most growers were using. They turned to drip tube fertigation as a more efficient and cost-effective way to irrigate and fertilize plants simultaneously. An 8 to 10 minute run on the drip system would deliver about 6 ounces of water to each container, as well as any fertilizer. As a result, the drip lines use 95% less water than the old overhead irrigation system. By delivering water directly to the base of the plant, drip lines leave the plant tops dry, reducing the risk of disease. Application directly to the root system also minimizes the use of pesticides. To keep destructive insects from building up resistance to pesticides, Riverview rotates the use of traditional products with low-impact organic repellents.
We use clove-based products to repel leaf miner insects, and we use garlic-based products which are repellent to thrips and at a higher rate repellent to whiteflies, and it's not harmful to the environment.
Using these organic mixtures also offers a safer workplace and a safer product for the customer. The plants respond with more blooms, longer-lasting flowers, and a hardier, longer shelf life. Always looking to further reduce waste and conserve water, Riverview Flower Farms is implementing a number of new techniques. Capillary mats, for instance, are an innovative irrigation system that holds liquid much like a sponge. By allowing plants to absorb water and liquid fertilizer through the roots, cap mats use 95% less water than even the cost-effective drip lines, with no runoff. While Florida-friendly plants are hardy, the tough conditions at retail outlets make it difficult for any plants to survive. With this in mind, Rick and Dave developed their own special growing medium that would retain moisture longer. Made of fine composted pine bark, Canadian peat, and Florida sedge peat, the mixture is produced in bulk, which helps the nursery meet its need for a trailer load of potting soil every day. To increase efficiency, Riverview devised an automated process which distributes the potting medium from storage bins to the production floor on an as-needed basis. The production floor is a showcase of efficiency. Based on yearly and seasonal trends and backed with 25 years of experience, Dave and Rick determine just how many plants of each variety are to be potted at a given time. Nearly all plants are potted in the same 1-gallon size pots.
It'll be different colors for different items and different price points, but it's the same pot and the same soil, trying to keep our production methods as streamlined as possible.
By staying with the uniform 1-gallon size, the company can perform its tasks without having to reconfigure its line from the potting machines to the shipping racks. At the Tucker Jones facility, potted plants are sent to greenhouses on the largest monorail system being used in the United States. With 15 miles of track weaving throughout the facility, no production worker is ever more than 15 feet from the monorail. Modified to the Browns' needs, the monorail system helps workers transport the plants around the nursery, out to the greenhouses, into packing and shipping.
Key to our success has been working with good people. We try to find that person that has got the right personality to match ours and the right work ethic.
We still know our employees. Rick and I and Diane are here every day, and we're still able to keep that family feeling.
We have a lot of people that have been with us for a long time, and it's very comfortable, and we really depend on them. You know, you just can't do it all by yourself.
To recognize and reward workers for their commitment to the company, the nursery implemented the Assistant Grower Program. Throughout the year, workers are evaluated on their performance. Those that demonstrate a desire to go beyond what is asked of them are invited to become assistant growers.
We have the luxury of having a workforce that really, they want to do more, they want to learn, have a nice open mind to doing multiple jobs, multitasking and change, and we'll approach them and ask them if they want to become an assistant grower. Then we'll give them the ability to move on within the company and try to advance as much as possible.
Riverview sells their plants exclusively at Home Depot through a consignment process called vendor-managed inventory. The nursery can immediately track the sales of their product over the internet using a pay-by-scan method, where data is collected from garden center checkout scanners. While this information is gathered, the shipping manager electronically takes inventory of his stock, letting the main office know which plants are available to fill the daily orders. The following morning, the orders are generated, including tickets for the pickers, giving them the location and quantity of plants, and number of trolleys needed for each garden center.
Field 8, 6 trolleys of Devil's Backbone.
I hand the pick tickets to our picking crew, and they go out and pick. The packers are in the packing area, and they get orders on an hourly basis, and they'll do them by truckloads. The racks will be loaded, and the trucks will be loaded in the evening. The plants will be in the store within 24 hours.
Riverview's attention to detail doesn't stop when the plants are on the shelf. To help retailers sell Florida-friendly plants, Riverview supplies the stores with a variety of point-of-purchase materials, including a pocket reference guide for Florida plants. This guide helps retail garden center employees answer any questions the customers have about Florida-friendly plants. They are also looking at new ways to market plants. Their newest product, the Sauce Edge, is a plant package designed to give consumers an instant edge to their gardens. The nursery roots 6 cuttings in a soil-filled, biodegradable paper tube. When the tubes are laid out in a shallow trench, they quickly create a border for today's time-strapped gardeners. The Browns take the same approach to the future of their business that they use when they grow plants: find the need and address it. To accommodate their expansion, for instance, new greenhouses are being built with accordion roofs that close during cold spells, but can also retract to allow for light or rain, and to offer protection from hurricanes. Cisterns for holding rainwater harvested off the greenhouse's roofs are in the works to further reduce groundwater usage.
I'm really proud of Rick and Dave and what they've accomplished, because I've seen them grow from just almost a little backyard nursery to where they are today, and I'm really proud that they accomplish what they accomplish in such a environmentally friendly way, which is a philosophy that I really believe in heart and soul, and I know that they do too.
I'd say these owners, Dave and Rick Brown, they're probably the most progressive owners I've worked for, as far as understanding that the only constant in this industry is change.
Compared to other places I've worked, there's no comparison, because we seem to be on the cutting edge of everything.
And this has a natural flow down so that we could reuse all the water from this pond. And
Rick and Dave are just very good at what they do, and they're very well respected, and they still have so many good ideas, and there's still a lot for them to do.